Hey guys, welcome to Laconia. How do you know we're in Laconia? Because of all the brake lights. So yeah, we're almost at Laconia Harley. We apparently getting here really early is a really good idea. I guess bikers don't like the mornings. That's good for us, because normally we would be sitting in traffic probably about a mile or two back, and that's not the case today. Instead, we're stuck behind these two people from Pennsylvania. I don't know if I've ever told you before, but I hate Pennsylvania. So I mean, it's okay that we don't have a bunch of traffic. Kind of sucks that we're stuck behind a little bit of Pennsylvania, but yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when we get to suspension technologies and all that other fun stuff.
Dave, where are we right now?
Laconia Harley.
No, Dave, you got to do it in that like Bike Spirits and Brews voice you did like a couple weeks back. That was very popular. Dave, where are we right now?
Oh, we're in Laconia Harley.
What are we doing here?
Checking out bikes and watching people spend way too much money on Harleys. And people acting way too tough. Because we're all drive Harleys, so we gotta act tough.
So we're up here in Laconia, just off to the side of Laconia Harley in Hart's Turkey Farm, right next to it. It's basically an overfill parking lot. We're at Suspension Technologies USA. We're with Mike, the owner, and Mike's going to tell me why I should be getting front shocks for my Harley, because I did get the 13-inch rear shocks last year. And as I did a review last year, those things were awesome. I absolutely loved them. I recommend them to anyone. Dave's actually up here. He just got some put on Mistress Twyla, and he's soon going to be loving them too. But I've always been told that Harley front shocks are pretty good out of the factory. So Mike here is going to tell me why his are still better than that.
Well, my buddy here just answered his own question, okay? Because he just told you how great he loved the rear shocks. Well, everything in our front fork cartridge is identical to what we put in the rear shocks. We have a piston assembly, we have a floating piston assembly, and a base valve assembly. So we have compression and rebound in the cartridge assembly. The stock front end doesn't have that. It basically has a bunch of springs and what they call a flute valve or a proportioning valve. It just slows oil down as it travels through the holes in the valve. Where with a front fork cartridge kit, ours, and some of the other ones out there, you have compression valving and rebound valving, and then they're nitrogen charged, so you have gas pressure as well. We utilize very low gas pressure, and then you have the spring to do its job to dissipate the energy that the front end makes. So, as he had mentioned, the rear shocks ride great, they handle great, front end, same thing. Better ride, better handling, better control. The bike is way more balanced. So again, you can go out and carve up the canyon much quicker. You can ride the hills, the dragon, and just enjoy the hell out of it.
And now everyone's starting their bikes at the same time, so time out. So while we're talking about this, Dave's actually listening in the background, so maybe we can get him to burn up his credit card a little bit more. I don't know, possibly. But also, Mike, just to remind everyone, how did you get into suspension? How did you get into motorcycle suspension?
Oh God. So I got into motorcycle suspension because I've been into suspension my whole life on race cars and in the automotive industry, vehicle dynamics, things like that. And I've had bikes. I've enjoyed riding bikes. Well, years and years ago, I had a Road King and it sucked. It rode terrible. And I was whining about it one day, and one of my buddies said, well, what do you do for a living? Well, I put shocks on race cars. Well, put them on your bike. So I built a set of shocks for my bike, and they worked out really well. And I let somebody else ride the bike, and they really enjoyed it. And they're like, I don't know what you did to your bike, but make mine do that. And so I built shocks for his bike. And then I built shocks for another guy's bike. Long story short, I got into it by the love of suspension, by the love of motorcycles, and just wanting something better. And it just turned out that that's how I got into it. And I just enjoy the hell out of it. You know, motorcycles are about fun. They're about enjoying what you're doing. So if you got a great ride, you enjoy it even more.
And just as a reminder, where are your shocks made? Where are all the parts sourced from?
All of our stuff is made in the United States of America. We make all of our stuff in Largo, Florida, with the exception of the springs. The springs are made for us either out of South Carolina or California. Patriot Suspension makes our front springs, and they make a variety of our other springs, and Dean and Joanne are phenomenal at Patriot Suspension. And then our oil is sourced out of Connecticut, and we get all of our oil from Spectral, and our rubber parts are made for us now out of Energy Suspension out of California. Those guys are phenomenal. All of our stuff is hand assembled and dyno tested. All of our shocks are matched within 2% of each other, right to left. Our springs, we rate them to make sure they're matched as well. So when they go in the box, we know that everything is matched and a perfect set.
And how about your warranty? How long is it?
Forever. It's a lifetime warranty. So basically, 20 years from now, if you have a problem with my shocks, I'm going to simply rebuild them or replace them. In the first 2 years, if you have a problem with the shocks, we just give you a new set of shocks. Yeah. After that, we either replace them or rebuild them. We make sure that we tell people all the time, you know, that these shocks that you put on your Road King or your Limited, when you buy another one, take them off, put them on the next bike, because you have a lifetime warranty. And we'll take care of it forever as long as you're the original owner.
And I can definitely say, like, he is legit about this, because last year when I bought my shocks, first thing he did was hand me his business card with his cell phone on it. This is the owner of Suspension Technologies handing me a cell phone number. That's pretty legit. Let's see those other guys do that for you. The other names we shall not name today.
And there's some other great companies out there with great people. There is. But getting back to that cell phone number, I live in Florida, Eastern Standard Time. Don't call me after 10 p.m.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thanks, man. Hey, it's good seeing you. I'm glad you come back. Going to hang out with us for a while. We're going to have some fun. We're going to tell road stories and just have a good time here in Laconia, New Hampshire. These people are phenomenal up here.
And if you're watching this video on the premiere, this is going live on Monday. So these guys will still be here for the rest of the week. So definitely all the way up until Father's Day weekend. If you're in the Laconia area, you want some really good suspension, these are the guys to come see. Seriously, like, I've done like the Tail of the Dragon. I've put thousands of miles on my rear suspension. I absolutely love it. I'm here to put the front suspension on. Mike, have you paid me for anything?
No, not at all.
Have I paid you for things?
Yes. Yes, you have.
And I'm still speaking very highly of them. So that says something, you know. And Peanuts over here.
Working my ass off.
I don't know if that's called working your.
Well, I'm trying to.
You might want to stop doing that. That causes vision issues. My mom told me.
Introduce your partner.
This is our partner now. He's over here helping us, Travis.
How we doing?
He's Todd's son. Todd works for my Uncle Tony at Evil Cycles in Belmont, New Hampshire. If y'all need anything while we're not here, go see them. They're great people.
All right, so we're gonna stop this now because I want these guys to work so they can get to my bike and put my suspension on
Of course.
instead of doing whatever they're doing right now.
Trying to install this one, okay?
I'm installing shocks.
Yeah.
All right, guys, catch up with you soon. Peanut, what do you think about that suspension?
Oh, it's garbage.
So we're leaving Laconia Harley. I don't know what it is, but mullets are still a thing, and that's really creepy. You guys should stop that. I know that the last time mullets were around, we didn't have a lot of cameras, so there's not a lot of evidence, but trust me, in like 10 years, you're gonna look at those pictures of you in the mullets, and you're gonna realize how stupid you are. So stop it. Just stop it.
Go bald, baby. Just go bald.
Go bald like Dennis. Dennis, what kind of bike you ride?
Yamaha V-Star 950.
And now Dennis is talking about getting a Harley.
I know.
And because apparently Dennis wants to become a mechanic. And
give up my weekends.
shining chrome and shit. And of course, Dennis said that there's really only one Harley out there, the only one that you should ever own. What was that?
Just a Harley.
What kind of Harley?
Road glide?
Nice.
Road glide?
Ah.
Longer than a few minutes later.
So I'm over in Twin Barns Brewery right now. We just left Laconia Harley, and we got MSG retired.
What's up, guys?
Super retired.
Super retired.
Ah,
Because I'm going back racing.
oh, he's gonna be racing again.
I'll get him up there.
He's super excited. Yeah, he wants me to go up to the racetrack and watch him race. So I'm not quite sure if this is going to happen or not, because racetracks are infamous for Bud Light and trailer park people. So
It's not NASCAR.
double white. Oh,
It's not NASCAR.
Don't forget
Fair.
my double whites.
fair. All right,
we're,
I'm
we're
gonna
at least a notch above. We're not married to our sisters.
I'm gonna let him eat his sausage now, not on camera, because, well, you know, just being polite. So we'll get back to you.
All right, we are leaving Twin Barns. Yeah, we got MSG retired, we got Dave, we got Dennis, we got Dennis's girlfriend Heather. Yeah, we just kind of like adopted people. It's cool. So right now we're heading on down to Weir's Beach. We actually got a little bit to go. Yeah, it's not super close to where we are. Ooh, you got busted. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Oh boy. Yeah. Here come the taillights. Oh no, man. It's actually kind of open. Go. Oh, I hate you. It has been surprisingly open so far. I think it's actually because today Americade is still going on over in upstate New York. What's up, Dave? So I wonder if, like, you know, you got the crowds just split between the two events right now. This is kickoff for Laconia, and I believe this is like the last day of Americade. So I can see the overlap kind of splitting some people. Not a bad thing. I mean, it just means that we don't have to sit in a whole bunch of traffic, because quite honestly, this stretch right here, we normally just have non-stop red lights going. It sucks, man. It's, well, not red lights, sorry, non-stop tail lights. A lot of duck walking, a lot of hanging out, not moving around. But yeah, this is great, man. We actually get to ride. So I know it's really early in, you know, owning these, but yeah, the front feels good so far. Front shocks are good. I'm digging it. I will definitely do a separate review for the suspension technology shocks for sure. But if the fronts are anything like the rears were, or the rears still are, I'm sure it's going to be a really good review. Because I mean, I still a year removed from getting the rear ones installed, I still absolutely love them. So much so that I talked Dave into getting some as well, and he's riding them right now. All right, welcome to the land of duck walking. We are right down by Weir's Beach right now, so obviously traffic's a little bit more. It's looking kind of busy. We're gonna try and get some parking down by the water, if we can get to the water. It's funny because if you ever come up to Laconia, you're always going to see these people who are trying to get you to park, and if you park, it's always like 20 bucks or some crap, bikes or not. If you go down by the water where we're headed now, pretty much park anywhere for free, as long as it's an actual like parking spot. You're not like in, like, I don't know, blocking a fire hydrant or some crap. So keep that in mind, especially if you're coming up here in a bike.
So roaming around, I just found myself Marble Kid 87. What's up, dude?
What's going on, man? Hanging out.
And we had a conversation with the officers here. They arrested all the drug dealers, and they're making it really hard for me to get a dime back. Root beer, just root beer. That's all right.
Alright guys, so we are on our way out of Laconia. We said goodbye to MSGRetired. That was a pretty good time, I'd say. I gotta say, like, we've actually been on the road for about 30 minutes, movie magic, and I've been hitting like every like manhole cover, like pothole, stuff like that. My front end suspension feels awesome. I will, however, do a long-term review later down the road. Not right now. I'm not going to go into super detail about like this front suspension because it's literally just been put on my bike. But just like before, Suspension Technologies USA is absolutely awesome. They took really good care of me. They took really good care of Dave. Dave was actually super impressed when they were changing out his shocks. He was just like, oh my god, it's so fast. And I was like, yeah, you know, these guys used to work for like NASCAR. They're still doing like NASCAR mentality when they're changing out stuff like this. So, you know, they treated us really well. They did a great job. My bike feels great. I look forward to doing the long-term review. Honestly, probably around July. I'm probably gonna do like a review a week for a little while, because by that point in time, I'll have like this Roar Rock for long term. I'll have the front suspension long term. I'll have the new Cardo long term. So yeah, you know, I think you'll see a lot of different reviews popping up on the channel with all this stuff once I get to really dig in on it and really test it and run it through the rigors. Aside from that, Dave and I are gonna go grab some food. So yeah, man, I'll catch up with you when we do that. It's probably, I think we're going over to 603 Brewery because, you know, 603 Brewery. Like, why the hell not, right? Yeah, so I'll catch up with you guys when we get over there, right?
Because I suck at transitions, we are already at 603. We already ordered, and we already have beer. Cheers.
All right. It's time to get out of here and head home, man. It was definitely a good day. In the words of the immortal Ice Cube, today I didn't have to use my AK. Gonna have to say it was a good day. Yeah. So, a little bit of Laconia, a little bit of suspension, a little bit of Marvel Kid 87, a little bit of MSGRetired. It was cool. It was cool seeing a lot of people. Well, I gotta tell you, it was a good day for sure. It was cool seeing MSGRetired, meeting him for the first time. We had a few good laughs. He hung out a bit. It was kind of cool to see Marvel Kid 87 roaming around. I gotta tell you, Marvel Kid, no offense, I thought you'd be taller. I think that's the same with like most moto vloggers. Everyone I meet, they're all kind of short, with the exception of MSGRetired. He's right about my height. But yeah, I don't know. It was cool. It was fun. It was definitely a good time. And hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. So yeah, maybe if you're not busy, nothing's going on, You cool with it? If you could like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share this video with friends, share it with family, share it with that one guy you know who's like, oh, I want to go to like a bike rally, it'd be really fun, and I live in New England but I'm not aware of any. He loves this stuff, trust me. And I'll see you all on the flip side.